Hello, and welcome to our second intro session for Chaotic Competence. This intro session will be focusing on the characters of Nym and Keylif and their prelude to the main campaign. For the players themselves, I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Grink, would you like to give yourself a little bit of an intro? Shill yourself.
Of course. Hello. My name is Grink. I'm going to be playing the role of Keylif this campaign. I am also doing a lot of the character art for a lot of the funny tokens for any people who decide to view this with their eyes rather than listen with their ears. But other than that, that is the main source of my role.
Yes, Grink is the main artist for any of the NPC tokens, which is currently not on screen, but you will see a couple of them in a little bit. And then introduce yourself as it for Nyms.
Hi, I'm Eco, or EcoHunter on YouTube. I'm going to be playing the character known as Nyms. So yeah, I'm really excited. Looking forward to this.
Beautiful. And with
Oh,
that,
yeah.
we shall begin. Nyms, you find yourself in your usual spot within the large, rotting, and dark stump that you've come to know as your home over these past couple years, slowly working away at some equipment that you have gathered recently and fixing a couple of new bruises and wounds that you've gotten after a long day of helping entertain some of grandmother's guests after one of her many parties she often hosts. The familiar sound of buzzing insects and chirping birds fills the air nearby. From the distance, you can hear the faint sound of rustling foliage in the distance. All signs of the swamp that you've become familiar with still being around you, despite your best wishes. As you continue working away, covering up some of the uglier bruises you recently acquired, the smell of old wood, sulfur-like mud, and exotic plants filling your nose, you don't really mind the quiet, as despite the long day you had, you finally are getting a bit of rest and relaxation for yourself after the as the onset of night is beginning. Go ahead and describe yourself as you kind of are going about this business.
Okay. Yeah. So sitting in the modest stump he's called home for the last few years. He's finishing up, dressing the wounds and beginning writing down some notes in his spell book with a small charcoal pen. Nyms is a rather average built satyr on the slim side with bluish gray skin, purple eyes, and long white hair. From the waist down, he has white goat fur to match, and his head is crowned with goat horns and leafy laurels wrapped around his head. His body, however, is heavily scarred, especially for his age. To cover some of the more extreme scars, he has taken the time to tattoo himself with various sigils and occult magic markings to boot.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Beautiful. And kind of as you're going through this process of, covering up some of your new wounds with some more crude tattoos, making sure that none of them are any infect or anything. Almost have to confirm that your feeling of kind of peace and quiet isn't there. You take a glance over your shoulder and see small, horrific form of a green silhouette arriving, kind of floating ominously between the various holes that exist within the oh my, what happened? Give me a moment. The
Oh.
stuff broke off rip, the usual. let me
Goodness, what the heck?
Little man, it happens always every time. But you begin to,
No, I'm
yeah, Nims almost have to confirm the calm feeling you have. You will see the small form of a horrific silhouette of a green, just horrific individual slowly peeking between the various openings within the tree stump, seemingly muttering them to themselves in a kind of maddening manner. Um, and you know that despite their horrific onset, they only arrive in moments of safety and calm. This is one of your few friends that you have made throughout your time, the one you have known as Amir. What are you doing as you're seeing
Mm-hmm.
him float ominously between these things, glancing out, murmuring, just preparing?
Amir, what are you doing?
I don't like it. I don't. It is creepy.
What? What is?
The gray ones. They seem too active despite the nighttime coming. They're never like this.
What do you mean?
The what does grandmother always call them? Boggles.
Boggles? Yeah, that sounds right.
Uh, they are too busy right now. I don't like. It is it
Or
makes me uncomfortable.
I can see that. They're only active when grandmother has guests. That's odd.
Ooh.
At this hour.
Yeah, who would ever
Why
be
would
here
they
at this
accept-
hour?
I know. This is very odd. I'm gonna go check.
I mean,
I'm gonna sort of
it is what you have to do.
yes. Alright. You stay here. I'll go check.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna sort of start moving out of I'm gonna open up the door to the stump, sort of the half made door anyway, and I'm just gonna start walking down towards the forest edge line.
Yes, and kind of almost as if on cue, and one of Grandmother's mini games, as you open the door, you're kind of hit by a kind of blinking light as the day quickly turns to night, and the bright sun is replaced with the glow bulbous light from these various, very beautiful but kind of strange bushes going around. As you look back to your stump, you see that Amir has vanished, leaving you alone as you have to slowly begin walking towards the clearing entrance to greet these unexpected guests before grandmother becomes angry. And as you do, a single thought begins filling your mind of who on earth would choose to visit so late?
It's such an awful hour. Why? I'm just sort of mutter to myself as I'm kind of why? 2 guests back to back. Stupid.
Yep.
Stupid.
And as you
Stupid.
do, Keylif, you, sir, are not having a very great time. You have found yourself waist deep in mud, being constantly harassed by bugs and the sun for what seems like an eternity. And just as you thought it couldn't get worse, the brightness of day that you've been experiencing has suddenly turned into the black of night as quickly as you could blink. As your eyes begin adjusting in the dark, you begin to see the skeletal forms of your 3 traveling companions quickly reaching for various gear in their packs to try and aid in this sudden lighting change. At the front, you can see a very stout and stern skeleton you've come to know in your minimum time as Stern, carefully sweeping a heavy crossbow blindly in the dark ahead of them, seemingly trying to check for a threat despite the mud rising nearly to the top of their chest. Behind them, you can see ribs and their splendid skull and jawline. Reaching to a small pouch, trying to seemingly cast some type of magics to aid in this sudden onset of dark. And finally is the leader of these group of the group that you've come to know as the Band of Bones, known as Lumbar, who's an extremely chatty skeleton, of kind of average height that looks to have once been wearing some fine clothing that is now matted and stained by various swamp muds and clearly cut by branches and all kinds of nonsense. Currently in the process of trying to awkwardly light a torch to hand to you while keeping a tight grasp on a well-made rapier under their arm. And in the back, we have you, Keylif, currently clutching a well-made wooden box. Go ahead and describe yourself.
Of course, of course. Keylif is a rather intense and imposing individual. Unlike most high elves that he has come to know, he lacks any of the grace that they have, being tall, but instead of being slender, he is rather large, very muscular, lots of scars, and probably is going to be the thing that sticks out the most in a room. He has brown hair that's been cut in a sort of jagged, uneven way. He has a blue, sort of a navyish blue kind of uniform under his armor, and a dark, and I guess a darker blue armor shoulder piece, as well as a chest plate, as well as a faded cape and cloak, and a large greatsword. His eyes are blue, and he is looking rather intensely and angrily at his position of mud and sweat and how he's going to progress forward.
Of course. And as kind of that occurs, Lumbar finally gets the torch lit and hands it off to you, to being the tallest individual to provide a better light for the surrounding as a kind of makeshift lighthouse. On an unrelated note, the various skeletal boys were made by Grink, and they are very wonderful. I love them to bits. While the character tokens themselves are made by another player, Ari, who had her previous session, intro session before this. So, and they've done excellent work. But anyways, Keylif, as you kind of just begin continuing on, you had joined this group by what can best be described as a coincidence. You're looking for some work within the various warrens of the changing city, and ran into these three while in a crypt. Well, they were effectively just looting bodies for bones to bring back to their gang, the Brotherhood of Bones. This group has been known calls himself the Bone Brigade, and we're just so happened to looking for someone who is gifted with a sword and has some modicum knowledge of the Feywilds and that sort of situation to help them with their next bone haul, as they called it. Within a couple days you've been with them, you have kind of come to see them as a very overly ambitious and strange group, but with overall good intentions. So, and strange tastes and treasures, which always means you get pretty good payouts from them. From what they have told you, though, they were hoping to gain back some bones from one of their previous friends that had been claimed by a certain Fey not too long ago. And by trying to make a deal with them for whatever's within the wooden box you are currently holding in your left hand. A situation you can relate to all too well. As the torches begin to kind of slowly spread out and light goes ahead, it's not long before Lumbar, right in front of you, blurts out a large rattle, which you know would be the equivalent of their sigh. We're beginning to go into an overly complicated and dramatic form of ranting, pretty much.
Listen here, Keylif. I don't like the mud. It's not good. I hate it. You gotta hate it too, man. You got the good cloak and everything. What is this? What weird creature would want to live in a swamp like this? It's crazy, man.
Well, something terrible, that's for sure. It's more to probably deter people from coming any closer. Trust me, I don't like it as much as you, but I'm willing to put up with anything at this point.
But
Plus, is this really an issue for you?
It's about presentation, man. My attire. I came in trying to create a good impression. Now it's all muddy and whatnot. Maybe bones, but I at least respect myself.
I could see my calcium-rich comrade. I'll try to get us out of here as quickly as possible.
And as this is going on, you will see that Stern is slowly kind of just going back and forth before himself letting the log sides.
It's no need to be mad, man. It happens. It happens, dude. It happens.
While Ribs, the chiseled individual in the middle, remains mostly quiet, except for going, Lumbar, my good man. There's no need to be so upset, as these three begin bickering kind of back and forth creating a large rattling as it goes on. Keylif, could you give me a perception check as these three buffoons and bozos effectively begin a Three Stooges bit in front of you?
Lovely. I would love to do that.
A 14. That's not bad by any sense. So, as you are kind of watching these goobers begin one of their many slapstick vaudeville routines, you very quickly begin hearing the rustling of bushes surrounding you and the trees and the surrounding swamp. A sound you have not yet heard. Not getting any closer to you by any sense, but just slowly following you as you begin to move throughout the murky, kind of waist-high water. And as you begin looking around, you see dozens of small eyes peering far in the distance, almost as you would expect like an alligator raccoons at night, just kind of staring back and just watching, just observing you.
I'm not getting a good feeling about this.
I see what you mean, man. I see what you mean. It's not good. It's not good. I hate it. We better keep moving forward.
It's kind of looking in front of you, Keylif. You can see what almost looks like a gate of roots and worn bark that has seemingly appeared from nowhere as you begin kind of walking forward. Feel free to start moving yourself up to it. You should be able to move with arrows, etc. If you just keep moving left, you'll begin to see it.
I see it.
Indeed. Don't open it. Don't open it. Close that. Close it. How dare you? But as you begin to get closer and closer to it, you know what? I have a way of stopping you from opening it ever again. Get locked, bozo. Anyways, you will see as your group begins kind of hauling themselves to the door and gathering on a small rocky platform at its base. You can make out words written in common that simply read, "Please knock." What are you doing?
My character is going to walk up to the door and almost confused and offendedly observe the sign before looking back to his others, bony brothers, and letting them know of what's before him. Not to be weird or confusing, but I think we're here. I found this sign that just says to knock, and as easy as it would be to do that, I want you all to brace yourselves. There's a reason this place is out here in this swamp. This place probably doesn't expect visitors often. So, please be on your guard.
I got you, Keylif. I got you. It makes perfect sense. Gotcha.
And then I'm going to knock on the door.
Beautiful. Nyms.
Yes.
Nyms. You are kind of pacing around somewhat anxiously by the gnarled root and worn bark gate that marks the entrance to Grandmother's Grove. As you can hear the sound of the boggles getting closer and closer on the other side, you have no idea who exactly could be visiting at such hour, and the thought both frightens but also excites you. After kind of seeing your excitement, you will see a large, lanky hand reach down and begin kind of touching your side. As looking back, you see a tall and ghoulish blue silhouette. The one you know is sighted slowly will come down and whisper in your ear. Excited to socialize, are we?
Oh, hater. You scared me a bit.
It's all about excitement to you.
Yeah. This is new. Yes, this late. Yes, late. That's right. It's unexpected. I don't really know what to do. What should I do?
Grandmother's expectations. If they follow the rules, if they knock like it says, you let them in, you
All right.
guide them, and maybe you can get to learn some stuff from them. You get to have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't treat everything as so scary.
It's just the guests from earlier today. They were mean.
They were a vicious lot. That is no denying that. But they're not here now. Amir told you saw me earlier.
Yes, I did.
And you see me now. They're not here.
Huh? Okay. All right.
So
I don't know why the guests they never hurt you. They never hurt you or Amir.
I think they may just like us more than you. Maybe they.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. Not particularly likable.
Kind of at the statement of that, you begin to hear a knock on the door, a very large and beefy knock, as Tudor once again put an arm on your shoulder. It's like, you'll be fine.
And I'm just gonna sort of at that sort of straighten myself out a little bit. Oh, thank you, Tudor.
Of course. And as you turn back to try and get one more glance, you see that they have gone. And at that, take a deep breath, and I'm assuming proceeding to open to the door.
Yep. And I'm gonna sort of move to it, and I'm just gonna push it open.
Beautiful.
And hello.
So if you want to
welcome, yes.
If you'd like to click the door, it'll actually open. Yep. If you want to be able to see what's going on there.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome, guests. Welcome to the wonderful farm. While it is dark and unfortunately muddy, let us know if we can do anything to accommodate your stay here on farm. How can I help?
Yeah, so Keylif, almost kind of as immediately as you begin to knock, you see the door open, a silhouette comes in, begins kind of talking like, hey, welcome, love to meet you, etc. As you're mildly blinded by a bunch of multicolored lights from the almost beautiful kind of view before you, kind of glancing past this silhouette, you will see a large cottage, various gardens containing exotic plants, all flickering in multicolored lights, with small pens and hives with various animals and insects going about, and a large stump in the distance. But what stands out the most, however, as the kind of halo of light behind this individual kind of fades and your eyes slowly begin to adjust from the kind of jolt of darkness to bright, and you begin to hear this voice. You will see someone that appears to be battered and bruised on nearly all part of their body except their face, a face that you recognized long ago as you kind of begin to process that you've seen this individual before. Nyms, in your case, you will open this door and see the large, muddy, and swampy region grandmother calls her front lawn. You are seeing a group of skeletons standing kind of flabbergasted, jaws agape before you. Kind of just like, as as they kind of standing aghast, and at the front of this group, you see a large armored individual with a greatsword on their back, holding a small, well-lined box, who has a face that you can very clearly recognize despite all the time that has passed. And at that, you begin to feel a ring on your finger begin to burn, and the sign that grandmother is summoning you to bring her guests. What are you two doing with the sudden realization of, oh,
Oh,
I
pheasant?
my
Pheasant? What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
you wouldn't happen to be named Nyms, wouldn't you?
Gimblefoot. Gimblefoot. That's my name.
Oh, you wouldn't happen to be named Nimblefoot, would you?
Yeah. Yes. I'm Nimblefoot. And Nimblefoot is me. Yes.
Yes. I can't believe it.
Keylif, would you like to
Can't believe it.
Would you like to roll an insight on what he's currently doing to confirm any sort of suspicions that is going on right now? You'd be able to do this with advantage.
Come inside. Let's get you out of the swamp.
Keylif, would you like to roll an insight to kind of process what is going on with this
Yes.
compatriot? Of course, go for it.
Yes, I would.
You have advantage, so go ahead and roll me another one. Oh, beautiful. So as you all enter and the door shuts, as you are being let in, if you are processing that this is most certainly the individual you recognize, it is very clearly they have a fear of saying their real name here.
Well, it's been so long. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Yes, pheasant. It's been it's a long story. Come.
Before you can do anything,
I'm sort of
my character is going to, I guess, walk up, run up to him and grab him for a big hug and just squeeze him.
I'm gonna sort of recoil at this and just what are you doing? Almost
Are you kidding?
Instinctively. What are you doing?
Are you kidding me? I haven't seen you in years. Oh
What?
my gosh, I never thought I'd see you again.
Yes.
I have so many questions. You've been here this whole time. You were taken away that one day, and
yeah.
oh, sorry. Let me drop you.
Yes. Well, you know how it is. It's a bit of a long story. I have friends here, so I sort of doesn't know how to emotionally process this.
This is the first
It's sort
positive
of breaking his
reinforcement
brain.
you've had in a very long time.
And anyway, well, we better get moving. Have a schedule to keep and things to do. It's very nice to see you, Pheasant. Anyway, follow me, Bones 1 through 3. Anyway, here on the left, we have all the herbs you can possibly, and I'm going to sort of give them a walkthrough.
Yeah, well, heading to the cottage.
Sort of a tour of here on the left, this thing, here on the right, that thing, and as I walk them through, and yeah, that's really all I'm gonna want to do for the time being until we get to the cottage.
Kind of keeping mildly distant for the time being to
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Keylif, are you going to follow? The Bone Brigade will kind of is staring between each other before staring at you like,
I mean, what do we do, man? Keylif, what do we do?
Something's not right.
You don't
My
say.
character is going to.
Follow me, please.
Keylif
Please.
starts to become very anxious and concerned, noticing the rather nervous nature of his old friend, the bruises on his body, and the very unsure demeanor he has. It's almost as if someone is watching him.
It,
Yes.
my,
He walks up quickly and cautiously behind his friend while looking around, seeing if he can scout anything.
So you were wanting to do a perception check?
Yes.
Go for it. An 18.
A
That's
17?
not very bad.
Oh, 18, actually.
No, an 18. Oh, 18 is wonderful. So as you are kind of going through and following your compatriot who's very jumpy at the moment, you begin looking around, trying to get a better view of everything before you. So at the very center of this large grove, what it can be described, see what looks to be maybe some type of large game that has been hunted recently is in the process of being skinned and processed for meat, surrounded by a large ring of mushrooms. You see like Nyms was providing it's like tours of a large herbal field, a large field of bulbous blue fruits, a large other kind of worldly looking mushrooms, and a large carnivorous plant and various plots around. On the outline of the woods, you can see those eyes staring inwards as they had previously done, following you, watching and waiting. But more importantly, in the top distance, you can see at the cottage there's a door open and a large table and lantern light flickering in the distance, in the direction where your compatriot is trying to take you.
as I'm walking towards this, I'm gonna make one small a small attempt at small conversation, as oh, but before we go in, would you care for anything to eat? And the swampy ones didn't hurt you, did they? Not at all.
No, I'm quite fine.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I believe
Grandmother
I've
will
lost my appetite.
Grandmother will be pleased to hear that. Anyway,
Grandmother.
follow me. And he's sort of heavy breathing as he's kind of moving, sort of anxiously fiddling with his fingers.
Yeah, and
as he
I don't like
moves.
the feel of this.
as you begin to approach this cottage door, you will notice that the various sounds of the clearing have ceased. Insects are no longer buzzing in the air. Creatures are no longer rustling in the woods. The wind has ceased to blow and kind of just leaving an very eerie silence. It's kind of only broken up by the sound of footsteps on a dirt path, on this traveled dirt path. Upon nearing this cottage, you can see that as Keylif had previously seen, the door is wide open, and there's two. You can see a large table and a set of chairs, two of them on the far side, with a small lantern slowly flickering on it. On the far side of the table, you can see a quite attractive-looking woman who seems to be in their early 30s, with brown hair neatly tied up with flowers, roots, and all kind of other natural elements to it, slowly in the process of drinking a cup of tea. And upon seeing the group, she will give a pause, a nice warm smile, and begin looking at the group with warm eyes before saying,
I'm gonna sort of. Oh, sorry.
or very quickly saying, "Keep calm, children, and do come in. It's okay. Sit down and have some tea. It must have been a long slog through that muck, and I so rarely have visitors at this hour. Loss, need, want, whatever you need to be most important for such a scour. Let your legs rest, sit down and have a drink, and let grandmother hear your plea."
I have a quick question, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Keylif recognize this particular woman?
Would you like to do a history check with advantage, good sir?
Yes. First, 5, and then a 15.
Where did you roll it, sir? I need the chat to see it.
I'll do it again because I'm so confident.
I'm curious
I
why it
rolled.
is having so many issues with you. That's a new bug if that's the
Said-
case.
You said insight or you said history, right?
History.
Yes.
Oh, there they go.
History.
They all just decided to go at
There's a
once all of a
4.
sudden. Interesting.
Oh, okay. So
We
it's
will.
the 15.
Yeah, the 15. You would recognize this as a individual that had frequented your village in the past. Kind of a wandering, wise woman to a degree, but you had not really had any relationships with it. You know that she had taken a special interest in your friend, however, and was seemingly aiding them in their magical progress.
Yes. Not the person who vanished with my friend, though.
You were unsure.
I'm unsure. Okay. I feel I recognize you. It's been a long time.
And kind of at those
Grandmother, they
words,
call you.
you'll hear the door slowly creak close behind you. As Nyms, you will see the grandmother subtly gesture for you to take the chair to her side, kind of allowing the traveling companions to speak right now.
Okay.
I'm a good one. Perhaps we've met before. But what is in the past can't be undone.
Yes.
So,
What is in the past cannot be undone.
indeed. So what you need?
Well, primarily for me, I'm here for my friend. You see,
I was not referring to
we
you,
were.
good man. I was referring to the ones that once did stand, kind of looking at the skeletons, who have,
Oh,
who are technically your leader in this scenario here.
but
Okay.
yes, I just thought I wanted to say something. My character just stands, takes a step back, and folds his
It
arms.
folds in the corner. It's like it's okay, dear. Have no fear. We'll have fun with you after.
Fun with you after. Huh?
It's kind of Lumber's like, hey, Keylif, you got the box on you still? Kind of in the sulking corner as he is kind of just scampering over to you. But hey, Keylif, you got the box, right? We're here to get my boy's bones, man. I have to get my friend. We can
Yes.
maybe get yours out of it. Like trying to be very hush hush about it. Like, hey,
Here are the bones. Here's the box. And I reluctantly hand them the tiny wooden box while still in a pouty and rather grumpy state.
kind of at that, kind of being handed it. Lumber put it down on the table. Like, grandmother, we must thank you for your hospitality. I hate to bring down the festivities and all, but I must insist we got business to deal with. I got some, Keylif's got some, very clearly. But I mean, if we start with Oz, we'll do that. Within this box here is an object we know very, very little about. You see, it contains a wondrous magic item, magics that you are surely interested in. So, and it's something you very rarely see anywhere else. It's like all we ask is for a collection of your piece. Apparently, one of our friends, my boy Fema here, he got messed up with you in the past. We just asked for his bones back. That's all we asked for, and he kind of just puts it down on the table. It's like,
And I mean, if they wrong you, we're sorry, but that's all we're asking for.
As um, grandmother kind of looks down at the wooden box before and kind of just looks at the group before you all and just goes, "Oh my child, you certainly interest me with what you found. Although I must confess, my grandchild and I are the only ones here. And I instead offer you a deal so that I may squash your fear. Mere trades and collections, as you say. We both open and concede where we are now bound. As Nyms, you'll feel suddenly something suddenly pressing against your leg. Looking down, you'll see a large, ornate, engraved metal box sitting next to your feet, almost the size of a sizable jewelry box. And looking at grandmother, you'll see a kind of dagger-like glare, as if she's impatiently waiting for you to play your part and put this box under the table next to the other one.
I'm gonna sort of reluctantly just reach out and and just put it under the table very quietly.
Yes, and Keylif, you would have noticed this kind of glare down at Nyms as he begins reaching down and putting something on. You kind of see the rest of your group beginning to do various glances and gestures with each other in kind of a rattling tone, which these skeletal folk use to kind of talk to each other in a way that normally isn't communicable by, say, you or whatever. But they just kind of just sigh and look to you. It's like, I think we should just open it, man. See what we're traded for.
Potentially. At the same time, I do feel like there's something here we're missing. I almost feel like there's a joke and we're not in on it.
I mean, probably. This is kind of looks at the guy. No offense, ma'am. You are absolutely stunning. This is a what we were told is a fae thing, right?
Kind of chuckles at this skeleton's, I guess, crude nature to a degree. Just listening in on this conversation.
Well then, why not? Let's just open the box.
As you kind of look across the table at Nyms, look at your compatriots of skeletal origin before you decide fine, and just go to open the wooden box while Nyms goes to open the metallic one as kind of the trade ensues. And in that moment, you two are both struck by a flash of brilliant light as you both lose the sensation of the ground beneath you. At first, you will feel something collide into you as an overwhelming pressure begins pushing down, like a colossal grip on your right hands, trying to pull it as hard as they can, almost as if trying to rip it up, before it begins to burn and burn and burn, as if you were being branded by something in the hells themselves. And what feels, for it's likely a small period of time, acts like an eternity, before suddenly it stops. As you all begin to awake, you will find yourselves having been launched across this grove, thrown through the wall on a far side, nearing the large stump that has once made up, that Nyms, makes up your home, as I'm going to forcefully drag you all over here very quickly.
Damn.
Let me look.
We flew on the floor.
As you pretty much as you just get launched, the air knocked out of you before slamming into various bushes and other fiascos next to each other. As your eyes begin to open, you find yourselves kind of next to each other. The cottage where you were once standing, looking like it's been hit by a blast of pure force, splinters frozen in time, as small briars rapidly begin to look to be in the process of rapidly growing, with grandmother with her hand out looking at the three compatriots you had next to you. all frozen in time, the looks of confusion on these goobers' faces, having no idea what has just happened, all while small gray forms begin rising out from the clearing floor beneath you in a tearing reality that now sits where the cottage entrance once was. So, as you both begin to look down at your hands, Keylif, you'll see that your ring finger, once made of flesh, blood, and bone, has been replaced by what looks to be flowing and pure platinum, moving about and taking its, almost replacing it to a degree. While Nyms, you see that your thumb now lies in a very similar state. You both emanate with power as the tear begins to rapidly dump magic outwards from you, from some sort of distant realm, and you begin to hear the sounds of pounding rain hitting stone, almost as if calling and guiding you away from this horrid place. Keylif, for once in your life, you feel that the condition that has brought you down for so long vanish in an instant, and for at least a small moment, you're no longer bound by the sickness that holds you, and that this could perhaps lead you an opportunity to get rid of it for good. Well, Nyms, this, for one of the few times in years, you get a feeling of freedom as the chains that grandmother once held you begin to feel shattered and replaced by this overwhelming presence. And as you look around, you will see a large, hulking form at the stump entrance, staring back at you slowly before simply just yelling the words, "Run," as these things begin popping out of the ground. So, out of our P stuff, this is going to be the core mechanic of this campaign. It is referred to as Arcane Reconstruction. If you go to the Journals tab on Foundry, you'll see a tab for it.
There it is.
See,
what this is the ability to alter the reality of environments around you by the will of the changing city. A character will have a number of these arcane reconstruction uses equal to the proficiency bonus. Right now, that does not apply. You both have 5 of these. In terms of what you can do, it is kind of an effect. You can do stuff like increasing a saving throw. You may choose an ability score to certain things, depending on how many you burn. Effect-wise, so if you go to the effects page of this, you have various effects depending on how many of these charges you want to burn. For example, if you burned 1, you could do such things such as creating a non-magical object worth 100 gold or less, use a cantrip for any class, and choosing what stat makes up that DC. And you can change the reality of your surroundings by altering the environment within a 1-foot cube, and it can be stuff as long as it fits within this cube, and I approve it. So effectively, I will get final say on what you were trying to do. I will most likely agree 90% of the time, but that's what it is. But for some examples, for this low-level version of it, you could do stuff like changing all the text on an important document. You create a small hole or in a locker door to try and break the lock to open it.
Fancy.
You could you could cause a stone to jaunt out of the ground to cause someone to trip and go prone. On the higher extremes, if you were to say burn 5 of these things, like you currently have, you could create a non-magical object worth 2,500 gold or less, use a 4th level spell from any class, add a d12 to any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and change the reality of a city by altering the city's environment with a 20-foot cube. The effect can be anything as long as it fits within the cube, and I approve. This could be creating a moderately sized building, causing a large sinkhole to appear underneath a creature, and making a colossal pile of resources for construction. You can do anything as much as you, and you both feel this power flowing within you as these small boggles begin popping out of the ground left and right, as I'm going to begin sprinkling them around the map. As you see the small tears partially open and partially going up, as there's a large clear portal on the far side, I will tempting you with the sound of rain and freedom, and your conditions feel like they don't apply. at this current moment. All you need to do is reach it. So, as part of this, time is currently stopped. You
Okay.
will have 2 whole turns to do whatever you would like as these boggles being thrown
Nice.
out. And as such, I am going to start initiative.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and roll them.
Me too.
Let me
Uh,
roll
there
me
it
that stuff. Roll me that stuff.
Oh. Aw, almost got a 19. Very
Oh, I
nice,
got a
very nice.
9.
So the boggles don't get to go first, or don't get to go yet. Correct?
No, you have 2 full turns to do whatever you'd like. In terms of orders,
Okay,
it will be Nyms, Keylif, and then these boggles.
Right.
Is what the order will be.
Okay.
Effectively, we will go Nyms, Keylif, and then a normal initiative will fire. Additionally, you have 5 of these arcane reconstruction uses that you now have access to. They are all yours to do what you wish.
Mhm.
Let us begin.
All right. So, in a sort of brief RP moment, I'm gonna look back at Alwyn, or not? Shit.
That is all.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna sort of, and then I'm gonna glance to Keylif. I'm just gonna tell him, run, and I'm gonna dart over to my stash, and I'm gonna spend my first turn picking up my mismatched hidden stash of stuff and putting it all on, and sort of grabbing my go bag, essentially. Like, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, like getting your
Now's the
weapons
time.
out, getting them on your belt, etc. Of course.
Right.
And I will have that just take your bonus action and action. You do still have some movement remaining.
Okay. How
I believe
much
you just
movement?
moved. You just moved 20, I believe.
15?
Yes, I think you have 15
No,
remaining.
Oh, do I have 15 remaining or 15? Did I do 15?
Whatever it's saying is probably more accurate than what I am saying. It tracks you.
Okay. All right. And then
Just make sure you
Yeah.
aren't going into the yellow. Is the big thing. If you like drag off your
Yes.
character, yeah, just be sure.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Because yellow is your dash speed, and you do not have actions anymore.
Yes. And I'm going to essentially just run back this way, as I have now gotten my gear, and I'm going to make it towards the portal, or the rift.
Of course. Keylif, actually Nyms. If you go into the carousel at the top, on the far right,
Yes.
you will see a intern button.
Intern. There it is.
Beautiful. Keylif, you are up, sir. You have seen Nyms say, run, go and grab a bunch of equipment, and is currently in the process of getting ready to dart. You two are the only 2 things right now, other than only 2 things that are not frozen in time. If you look back to where Nyms was saying, looking back at this whoever he was talking to before saying run, you will see that there's nothing there for you.
Yeah, Keylif is like losing it right now. He's come to find his first and long lost friend, see him bruised and beaten up, meet this freaky grandma who just launched him out of a building,
Yes.
and now his friend is talking to stuff that isn't there, and time's frozen.
Yes. With a bunch of little goobers coming out of small tears in reality right now, yes.
Keylif is just like, what is going on?
The swampy
Where?
ones. They teleport
They teleport.
We have to get.
What?
Yes.
Where are? What about the others?
Don't worry about that
As
right
you
now.
look up there, the door is kind of just shut as the cottage is getting surrounded in ugly briars.
We can't make it. We'll come back for them. I say as a lie. I'm not coming back.
Would you like to do a check for that? Do we want to have our first opposed check right now?
Let's do it.
Would I have to do a persuasion?
This would be a deception if you're trying to say we'll come back for them. Well, Keylif would be insight.
All right. Oh my god.
Oh balls!
We'll come back for them.
What did you roll like with your modifier?
A 19.
He has no modifier. He's a +0 for charisma.
I have a 19.
Insight. I have a -1.
Oh, dang.
Keylif, you can tell that there's much more probably going on to the story right now.
You got a 14.
You remember your friend being a good person. You feel he genuinely believes that you all will come back and you all will resolve this. But right now you just gotta go.
I don't know what magic we're dealing with, but I trust you. I ruggedly pick myself up from getting blown into this bush and stumble after Nimblefoot.
You still have your bonus action, and movement. You have not done anything else. So you have everything. So do what you wish. Your goal is to get to the white box up there, which is the Terran reality that is just, you hear the sounds of pouring rain and wind coming from.
To get to that white box. Is it... Okay. And... Alright, so I'm going to now check this arcane reconstruction
Of course.
thing.
So, as a reminder for you, it is very wordy, but it's primarily because I needed to provide examples for you all. Effectively, you all can do this stuff at any time. There's no action, reaction, bonus action, etc. No, you can just choose to do this whenever. It is its own little turn order thing. It exists its own law of the land that can be done anywhere. You have 5. So if you scroll down to the effects, you'll see the 5 one. That is the max that you have. You could also split it into, say, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, etc. This is just how many charges you currently have of. Is there anything you're
And
trying
now
to
my
do with
character
it?
just automatically knows how to use this.
You can feel the power coursing within you, and you feel you don't necessarily know how to use it. You have a feeling of, if I did do blank, something will happen. You would have no idea what, but you know that if you were to, say, burn a chunk of this energy, a large effect would happen. Story speak, that is how it's going on. Like, that is how your characters understand it. Right now, it is an unknown power, and you all view it as unlimited potential for you all at the moment. The thought of, I can make anything happen, so what do you want to have to happen?
Could I potentially make myself a sort of slope or slide that I could slide down that would potentially shoot me closer to this rift?
Yeah. Do you want to burn all of them? Like, how many are you wanting to burn here for size-wise? Do you want this to be as big as possible?
I'm going to say I'll use I guess 4, because that's I think is the extent. Yes.
The max you have right now is 5. So if you want to burn 5, you can burn 5.
All right. Then
because that does change the amount of like space that it can affect. 5 is 20 feet cube, 4 is a 15 foot cube. But you're trying to make
So
like
5
a
is
5 is big, like space wise. It is 3-dimensional wise.
okay.
But what I will do for this is you're trying to make a way to speed up your movement towards this portal and aid in your evacuation out of here. Is that a good way of kind of describing it?
Yes.
Beautiful. If you are comfortable with it, we could go with a large flat thing that if it's stepped on, you'll get twice the movement for. So instead of, you can effectively, instead of this taking, let me just draw a box for you. This is probably the best way of describing it. This, we will say, will take place in the middle of this entire just zone. We'll have that be the space you chose. If you move on here, you could move, so normally you would be moving, let me get a ruler out. Where's my ruler? Is this the ruler? That is a AoE. Why is that an AoE? Okay. Where's my ruler? There it is. So you would normally have, say, like 30 movement speed. So otherwise you get there normally. Instead, you can move twice your movement speed on these squares. So instead of 5, you can move, say, 10, and just for free. So you'd move quicker on this by a significant margin. The opposite of difficult terrain, your movement speed is double on those spots.
Beautiful. We'd love to see that.
So to get through this 20-foot space, you need only spend 10 feet.
Got it. So I just moved my max distance. So that'll be my. I guess that'll be my.
You still have an action and a bonus action if you'd like to dash.
Ooh. I would like to dash.
Beautiful. As you kind of put your hand out and begin to create a slope of magical energy to get it, you see that the ground beneath this large table begins to slowly shake, and as the table sinks in a very similar quicksand style way, as you step on it, you feel the vibrations pushing you forward and guiding you out. As we will have for you to go from 30, you were like, what, right here?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, right in front of it, actually. It's about where you'd be. It's like, right, yeah, right there. Now you just need to make sure that your compatriot gets out in time.
In sort of an RP moment, my character feels this and in shock to himself, seeing anything come from his hand.
Without repercussion, yes.
Without repercussion, without any drawbacks. He feels like a child who learned how to do a trick for the first time and is marveling at himself, almost geeking out to a degree. And he yells back to his friend Nimblefoot, "Look! I just stuck up my hand in it.
What? That's
Actually made something, and I'm okay. I'm okay."
That's rather odd. Huh.
Oh my goodness.
All right then. All right.
Whatever this is, am I cured? Oh, thank goodness.
Let's not test it here.
As you all are sharing this kind of joint thing of this joint aspect of kind of jubilation, you will begin to hear mild sounds of cracking, almost like a spade of glass breaking, as you'll begin to see Nyms, energy you would know as the grove itself fighting back against this unknown presence, as a few of these boggles are going to begin slipping out of their frozen state. It is random on which ones will do it. So I'm going to roll a number of d8s.
All right. Pheasant, they're breaking through. Oh
What?
shit.
Oh, that's +8. Excuse me. That's not what I meant to do. I need to roll 8 of them. I need to roll 8 d8 because there's one for each. And there's a chance they'll slip through. For them, they had. It is how many of them share a number, is how many will be in the move. They share a number, they will be getting out. 3 shared a number.
Yeah.
and three share the number 3, 2 share the number 1. The ones that are 3 are the ones that are getting out. It is the higher number here.
Okay.
In terms of which ones are escaping, it is the one that is actually currently active. So this boy, he's up.
Right.
And he's in initiative
Okay.
order now. This fella right here is
Mhm.
up in initiative order now.
Okay.
And then the last one is this fella right here is up. It's in initiative order now.
Very
So-
nice. Very nice.
They're going to partake their turn. As you can see them, the energy flooding back into them, almost the grove trying to fight off this unknown presence. And on grandmother's behalf, you begin to see this thing go, "Wah! Ah!" and just begin charging like a little lunatic. "Ah!" And trying its best to just seeing grandmother's favorite toy run forward before going, "What?" and just getting a big guttural thing of kind of what looks like almost puking before letting out a big belch onto you of this crude and sticky oil, as it is
that's
going to be
disgusting.
using an oil puddle on you.
Does that?
So I need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
I'm sorry. What? Oh.
Lock
Okay.
in, gang. Lock in.
Okay.
If you were to fail this roll, you will be restrained in place as you are stuck in like a tar-esque substance.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do as a reaction. Fuck it. Well.
Before, as kind of this sudden realization of, oh crap, I was like, this freedom comes before you. You haven't had to deal with grandmother's associates for a while, and get your foot stuck in this puddle that it has created beneath you.
Mhm.
As that is its turn, but you are currently restrained and stuck in here. On the start
So
of
I
your
can't-
turn, you can try and break out again. Let me go find the restrained condition to slap on you. There he is.
Okay. It doesn't. Does that take any sort of action, bonus action, anything?
It takes to get out. You would have to spend your bonus action to do it. Is what I'm gonna have you do on your turn. But we got other
Right.
bozos before anything else. So, bro's stuck. This goober. Seeing you kind of get over and begin screaming in joy. You see him just go "Wah, wah, 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 wah," and begin charging you with this this crude bone club before going up and giving you a big old smackaroo, which it will fail and bounce off your armor.
Bonk.
Well, that was rather underwhelming.
And then the next fella, in a very similar manner as he's not him. Last fella is going to be like and charge up, and he's going to try and create a spit out a messy, slippery puddle beneath your feet, Keylif, to try and kind of slow you down, as you are going to need to roll me a dexterity saving throw, as he's trying to get you to slip and go prone.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Well, then. Let's see how I fare. A dexterity, you said.
Yes,
I will
sir.
click on that.
Seeing what had happened previously with Nyms in the distance, kind of realizing, oh crap, you see the second one come up and try and belch this very slick oil-esque substance at your feet, and you manage to stabilize yourself and not have to worry for the time being, as you are fine. Nyms,
Yeah,
you are having fun, buddy.
I am having fun. Quick question.
What's up?
Can I use Misty Step
You can.
to teleport out of the sludge?
You can indeed.
Okay, cool. I'm going to do that.
Where you going?
I'm going to go right here.
Right
Well,
there.
I can't.
All right. As your
Right
bonus
there.
action.
As I'm going to sort of look at the sludge all over me and on the ground, and just I'm going to look up at the boglin and just snap my fingers, and I'm just gonna teleport 30 feet in front.
Beautiful.
And then I'm gonna move. So it's you said basically to cross 20 feet in this cube.
It's only going to cost 10 for you. So if you were to say it'd be 10 to get there. So by the time you get to the other side, you'd have you're pretty beefy. So you could reach the portal if you so wish.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna sort of shout out to Keylif. Keylif, are you restrained?
What?
Have they got
No.
have the swampy ones got you? All right.
No.
And I'm going for the portal. And I'm gonna go. Where's my movement? There's my wait. Oh, it's because
You're fine.
Okay,
I'll forcibly move you over. I think what you just did is you moved yourself via Misty Step.
Yeah.
And it did it, but I'll force move you over. You're chilling. As you will, I'm assuming you're gonna just make the way that is going to be like avoiding opportunity attacks, or do you not even care?
Yes. No, I do care about the opportunity attacks.
Okay. And then you will get to the portal, and as you begin to get to the threshold, you'll feel a mist of rain smacking at your face. The sound of cobbled stones going about in a rickety, not really rickety, a floating bridge beneath you, as you can see your freedom ahead, and you just duck on in. Is that correct?
That'll be my turn, yeah.
Beautiful. As Nyms is no longer considered as part of this rapid combat. Keylif, you saw your compatriot run through this portal before you. You currently have this little fellow trying to whack you with a club, but it's what are you doing, my man? Your compatriot has made it. Your long lost friend has made it through. Are you just going to try and follow suit immediately?
I'm going to follow suit.
Understood. You will be taking opportunity to attack just for some mild schmackage. As this creature crit fails you, as it as you go forward and try and break through this creature's going to try and take a swing and somehow get stuck in his own oil and kind of vomit out and just begin kind of writhing on the ground angrily and watching you all blip away. And as you all pass through this portal, combat is over. You all have escaped.
I made it.
And you'll find yourselves together through this tear, and you feel the magical energy very quickly begin to vanish from the surrounding area, as you will suddenly hear a loud pop as the tear in reality you found next to you has vanished. You find yourselves alone, tired, and ungodly hungry upon what feels like a floating walkway as it rises and falls, as rain is beginning to rapidly soak you all and pounding against, washing away much of the mud, muck, and any type of blood that you'll had upon you. As you look at each other and the surrounding scenery in the distance, you'll see large flaming spires illuminating the otherwise overwhelming dock, with small islands of light and creating beacons of hope bobbing up and down in dark waters. Ahead of you, you see one such small island, only a short walk away. It is a rocky ground bathed in a very warm light from lanterns, creating a halo of brightness in a otherwise dark environment. Their flames flickering and reflecting off the water as shadows of people moving behind the glass, of clearly them enjoying drink, being merry, and stretching and warping within the firelight. The laughter and muffled voices drifting across the gap from the wooden sign, from your wooden walkway. Looking at the top of the building, you will see a large carved nameplate of the word Malachi's, seeming to flitter and dance in the firelight beneath it, beckoning you closer as a bit of as shelter from the rain and a spot to get some good food after this sudden onset of absolute hunger. what are you all doing with this kind of realization of your environment and real also freedom? You made it.
Nims is gonna just start. He's gonna start laughing uncontrollably as he's free. Finally, holy shit! It's just gonna. Oh, finally! Oh.
In
Oh.
contrast to my friend's elated behavior, Keylif is still processing this. He is having an 1,000-yard stare, standing, his eyes blank, trying to process what happened to him, his friends, the other skeleton bone brigade that's been left behind. He's sitting there trying to calculate everything, and he's just more of in a daze as he understands nothing that has transpired.
And almost
Oh.
to make the
In this
feeling
past
worse, you
encounter.
feel that onset of your sickness returning to you as your kind of connection to that magical energy is almost, I wouldn't say violently, but almost nauseatingly cut off once again as you are like, as you find yourself back to square one with a taste of what could be.
Oh.
To describe what this looks like, veins begin pulsating on his forehead. He begins to sweat. His palms sweat profusely. He falls to one knee and he begins to ache and groan before regaining his composure, coming to feel that affliction has now returned to his body. I didn't miss that feeling at all. Oh, I knew it was too good to be true.
You still have that feeling. Ugh, you never got over it, did you?
I never really got rid of it. I still don't even know what it is. All I know is that my magical abilities are still robbed from me.
I'm sure we'll find a cure for it sometime soon. We have all the time in the world now. Now that that stupid hag is out of here. Oh, finally. Oh,
Well,
free. Wait.
I'll have to catch you up on much, but other than that, I'm glad to see you acting like yourself again.
What was that? Who said that?
Me?
It's sort of, what? No, not you. Not you. Huh? Oh, yeah, no. Shut up. Anyway. It,
Are you good? I saw you talking to Nut through the stump earlier, I'm pretty sure.
No, I wasn't talking to Stump. I was talking to my friend.
Your friend?
Yeah.
It was just me and you out there.
No, nonsense. Nonsense. I have sort of. Nim starts rubbing his head a little, and sort of nonsense. I have plenty of friends. Yeah.
Friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness, what did that woman do to you?
And kind of as you're rubbing your head, Nims, the kind of adrenaline of being able to finally escape comes through. You just are met with a horrible headache. You're hungry. You're thirsty. You just want to go. You just want something to eat at this point. Very similar to you, Keylif. You're like, oh, man, I just want. You are just exhausted. You're tired. You're just hungry. You both feel like crap. Just like, oh.
We have to have food. Food.
I agree.
How do we get food?
Well, we go inside and we buy it. I mean, unless you want to fight somebody for it.
You have to buy food? Ugh.
I know, right? I've been in this little I've been in the city for a while, and I'll tell you, was an adjustment for me. So
Okay.
Yeah, it
I
kind of
feel it.
Take your
Keyleth,
word for it.
Keyleth, as you're kind of thinking on this right now, you're like, okay, where could we possibly be? Because you are certainly in the city, and you realize you are in the dredge. You are in the the bowels of the city is the best way to describe it. The part you only go to if you're truly desperate, or if you're trying to hide or start anew. So quite fitting to a degree.
So we just go in here and buy food. Is that right? And
Yes,
sort of pointing at the door.
of course.
O-
Come with me.
Okay. And I'm just gonna walk into the tavern or the building.
Beautiful. And as you all begin to approach and to sit down, have a good meal, get warm, and worry about whatever the future holds tomorrow, you all hope that the rest of your night will be much less eventful. But we shall see how that goes in session.
Yay! Awesome.
I hope you fine folk enjoyed my imaginative ramblings.
Oh,
Yes.
I was just like,
Yes.
I already got too many questions. I already got too many questions.
Ha 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 ha.
The way that I was expecting to have have this dramatic. Oh my gosh, Nims, I'm sorry, I abandoned you. I'm sorry. Yo, where are we? Where? What are these things? Who is that woman? Where are my bone brothers? Oh,
Don't worry,
Like-
they're fine. I swear, I swear.
Yeah, they're totally fine. Trust me, bro. Nyms definitely doesn't know what's about to happen to them.
because I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I was expecting. I was like, I wonder where this is gonna session. Instead, Keylif just gets a little bit of quick trauma. He's just like, all right, bro.
Keylif got that good trauma.
It's not trauma. It's lore, man. It's lore.
True. But with that, I'm going to call that our second intercession done. Thank you to my wonderful boys, Grink and Eco, for being such wonderful players. They're always so good. So good. So good. But
We loved being here. It was so great.
yeah. But we have one more intro session, and then the main campaign begins. But thank you all very much for watching, spending your hour and 30 minutes or so with us. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.